spinners, and welcome back. Thank you so much for coming back. This is actually a part 2 of your badass book summary, and I hope that you'll watch part 1 because it's filled with so much goodness, so much information because like Jean really broke it down for us. So I hope that you've already watched that before continuing with this, so everything aligns, you understand. So yes, thank you so much for sticking around, and I can't wait to see you at the end of this video. And fear stops a lot of dreams before they even begin. And she stays, stop running away from your fears, know your cues, and kind of figure out what is behind them and take it head on. Go after your fears, literally. I have this quote where I say, do one thing that scares you every day, because it actually builds momentum that even things that are so out of your limits, when they come your way, you're able to take them head on because you're already so used to taking on fears in your life that that one is just like really easy for you to take on, and you're just like, is big or I'm bigger, and you just take your fear head on. Also, try and visualize your dream self while making your vision board. I'm very sure that you had to visualize your dream self before you took out the pictures and made your vision board, because trust me, a vision board is not just taking pictures off Pinterest or off the internet. It's actually a whole lot more, because you actually have to know your dream self to figure out what you're going to bring out. Don't just go take people's own vision board and create yours. Know what matters to you before you create your own vision board. Okay? Stop settling. Hello, princess. Stop settling for fine when there is fabulous. Okay? Trust me, this works wonders when you actually tell yourself that you're going to stop settling for just anything. Trust me, the fabulous things are going to get to you. Yes, just believe it and it's going to come your way. That's interesting. So mentorship is actually very important, and I always say this: mentorship is important. It can be anything ranging from an accountability partner to a gym friend to a study partner. Mentorship can mean anything depending on the case scenario that you are in. Why mentorship is so important is that you have someone that you're looking up to. You know that if you don't do the assignment, someone is going to tell you, oh, why didn't you do it? And you can't just say, oh, I was watching Netflix for like 12 hours and I forgot to do my homework, because it sounds like you don't care. So that's why you're always like, having an accountability partner is so important, because you have someone to be answerable to. I actually took time to make a video on mentorship, on how to get mentorships that you actually look up to, mentorships that you of high caliber, and guess what, all for free. Yes, no consulting charge, nothing at all. That video will be linked right now on the screen, so make sure that you watch that video, because I shared every single information that I know. No gatekeeping, because hot girls don't get keep. Okay, that's what this book is telling you. You are a badass, so just know that, and act like it, and everything you want will come your way. The reason why mentorship is so important is because when two minds are together in an activity, is better than one. And as in it said in the Bible, when three or more are gathered in my name, I am right there in their midst. So that means that you can also have a Bible partner or a prayer partner, because it's so important, because you then keep yourself accountable. This is why a lot of people fail in university or college, because as you had in like secondary school, there was always like a form teacher, there were always subject teachers always coming in to check their notes, always coming in to make sure you did the assignment. But in university, there is nothing like that. There's always someone that just comes when it's exam period. Have you done it's time for exams tomorrow, I hope you're ready, and you're just like, oh my god, how is it already time for exam? That's because no one is there to supervise that you're reading your books all the time. Try it. Mentorship is so beautiful. And also, when you have someone that you're looking up to, like, let me rephrase that, when you have someone that you look up to actually in your life, being able to tell you, oh, you're doing this right and you're doing this wrong, would your life be the same or would it be slightly different? Because you know that that person that you're looking up to is like a part of your life, so you're not able to just do anything that you want to do. You always want to do everything in your power to please that person. Now take that same energy and put it into your life. Imagine that person is watching you all the time. Just embrace that energy without anybody looking at you. Be delusional with this energy. Just be delusional and watch one that's worked. Trust me, it has worked for me because I always act like someone that I'm looking up to is watching me, and it has actually helped to improve my game in so many aspects of my life. Just act like it and everything will work better for you. It started small from like the kind of content that I create, and now it's actually improving like the way I even speak on camera and off camera, because I always know that I am aspiring to be like someone, and it actually helps to, you know, make me act like a certain kind of individual. There is no riskier risk than not risking at all. That's how she puts it in the book. But there's something that my other favorite speaker says, which is Jim Rohn. If you think that risking it all it's risky, wait till they hand you the bill for not risking anything at all. And that's so true. Imagine that you never tried to put your money in the stock market, and you know you wound up, like, your money is always becoming more useless due to inflation. And if you had kept that same amount of money in the stock market, it would have done so much more for you than just keeping it maybe under your bed or in an account that does not even generate, you know, savings or interest. So that's what, you know, Jim Rohn says, and that's what Jen Sincero is also trying to say. Try and take risks in your life. As also the popular Aki Apopo says, take risks, try me and succeed. Take risks, so take risks and succeed. Take risks, don't just try and live an easy life. Try and take risks because you might actually succeed. She also gives a bunch of exercise, because trust me, you might think that you know yourself, but you do not know yourself as much as you want. So she, you know, suggested several exercises from journaling, but this time you're not journaling with prompts, you're just journaling freely. Just write down what's in your head. And another book I was reading said that reading is actually the best way to think, because in your brain, when you're just still, you're thinking really fast, and even when you're speaking, you're talking really really fast as you're thinking. But when you're writing, it takes a lot of energy to write down what is in your mind, because writing is slower, so it's actually more meditative when you're writing than just speaking your words or just thinking in your head. Then try and meditate. Baby girl, this is amazing. Like, it does wonders for the body. I'm just going to tell you, meditate on the word of God. Meditate, you know, meditate on the word of God. There's no other better way for me to say how to meditate, because that's the one that I try to do. No yoga, anything. Just stretches. You can stretch, you know, to make yourself feel good. But yeah, you know, pay close attention to things that light you up and try to pursue them. Like, if you enjoy going for, you know, bike runs or, you know, anything, just try and put yourself out there more often. Like, if you, like me, I enjoy going to art galleries, and I always try to visit one, because then I'm getting closer to things that I love to do, and it makes me so happy. And also I'm meeting people that love to do the same thing that I'm doing. So like, my life is like a whole 360, because I'm happy, I'm going out meeting. So try it, just try it and see how you're going to glow from inside out when you're there. Okay. First of all, I just want to tell you, for all my makeup girlies, if you like my makeup, just know that I filmed an everyday makeup beat for you. Okay, then listen to your words, pay close attention to like things that you say and how you speak to yourself and to other people, because it's a direct reflection of how you see yourself. Okay, so always be very mindful of, you know, things that you're saying, and try and say positive words to yourself. Take a mirror, look at yourself, tell yourself that you're beautiful and you love what you're doing today. You know, hype yourself up, because trust me, if you don't do it, who is going to do it again? Sometimes you have to imagine it's your last day, and
think, would this matter or would this not matter if this was the last day on earth? And if it was, if it's not going to matter, then don't do it. If it matters, then maybe you should give it a try, because it helps you to just think about if you really love what you're doing or if you're just doing it because every other person is doing. And lastly, you are closer than you think. You might think that all these things, why are you doing it? Does it really make sense? What's it helping you become? Who are you becoming by trying to meditate or journal or even exercise? Who is it helping you become? But trust me, if you're trying to attain success, know that these are the habits of highly successful individuals, and you are trying to become one, aren't you? When you do all these things, you're trying to improve your self-confidence, and self-confidence builds up for you to start pursuing the ideas in your head. And when you start pursuing the ideas in your head, you can do you see the miracle of gratitude? So once you start this, you're actually closer than you think to the individual that you are. You have to just embody that person. I actually had this thought this morning and I journaled about it, which is we are all imposters in the beginning, and that's why we all have imposter syndrome, because in the beginning we are telling ourselves that we are the professional that we are not. And that's why when we become the professional, it's quite hard for us to think that we are professionals, because at first it started out as a joke. It started out with us not even knowing what we are doing, but eventually, through learning and becoming that person, we are now the professionals that we deemed ourselves to be. And that's why you have to embrace every part of you now while you're starting your journey. So thank you so much, Spena, for watching this video. This is not everything in the book. As usual, this is just a summary of what's in the book, but you need to read the book to get every single detail that Jen Sincero put into this book, because it is a gem and I enjoyed reading it so much. I will give it like, I don't like reading books, right? Because I don't like it. I don't like rating like someone's work, because I'm like, this is a piece of art. Like, this is what the person took out time from their day to actually like work on. And yeah, that's how I feel. That's my personal opinion on like giving book stars or something. So that is it for this book. If you love any of Jen Sincero's book or any book at all that you would love me to review, just keep that in the description box, because I am all about reading books. I love them so much. I am currently reading this book by Uncle Wariko, which is Get Epic Shit. Yes, I think that's Get Epic Shit, just that. Yeah, I'm also reading You're Not Listening by Kate Murphy. So it's actually like, mm, it's giving me goosebumps while I'm reading it. They are so good. And I hope that you're reading something now. But if you're not reading something, it's fine. I'm coming back with another book review. So just tighten your seatbelt and just hold on for Uju. I'll be back. Okay. Thank you so much for getting to the end of this video. Okay. I hope that you have a beautiful day, and remember, when life spins, to take a break. I will see you on my next video, and I love you, Spinner. Bye bye. Remember to subscribe and like this video. Comment which book do you want me to review, or if you love this one, just talk about it. Let's chat. What was your favorite thing I said about the book, or would you even be willing to read the book? Yes. Bye bye. See you on my next one.